I want to talk about some ways to get set up in Photoshop that might make it a little bit easier for you opening the Kelby files. I've opened up Adobe Bridge CS6 and it's a really helpful program. You'll be working in it quite a bit, organizing your files. What I'm going to do first is show you a couple things. Across the top here I have the path bar, and that shows where all the folders are. And then down on the right I have two tabs. One is favorites and one is folders. And I have the folders list selected. Now I've saved all of the Kelby files onto into a folder in the VC 130 folder on my computer. You can do this for your thumb drive as well if you want. And so what I've done is I've got this folder, Scott Kelby PS CS6, Photoshop CS6, and you know, I've got a lot of folders on my desktop, and it makes it really hard to find things at times. So what I'm going to do is add this folder to my favorites. What I do is hold down the Control key on my keyboard. I have a laptop. You can also use your right button on your mouse and choose Add to Favorites. And just by doing that, what it does is over here in your Favorites tab, it adds the Scott Kelby file folder right here. So I have quick access to it anytime I want to go here to class and get ready to go. What I'm going to do is show you in Chapter 2. Here are all of the images that we're going to be working on for Chapter 2. What I like to do is keep a copy of the original photo and duplicate that and work on the copy that you rename with your initials. And that way, when you create your contact sheet, you'll have the original the original image as well as the modified image. Now, throughout this class, some of you are maybe intrigued about what happens in those interim steps. The book takes you through exercises and you go through step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Some of the steps are pretty significant in the changes that happens, and you might want to save those as images so that you've got actually 4 or 5 images to show the process of the changes that occurred after applying that exercise. So keep that in mind. What I do here is I've got enough images, enough squares for the images to be doubled. Down here at the bottom there's a bar with a slider. You can make these squares larger or smaller. I'll show you those in a minute, and I'll show you some other features real quick, but mostly I want to show you how to get in here, get to Chapter 2. Let's duplicate these pictures, let's rename them, and let's get started. So click on the first image, hold down my Shift key, and click on the last image. And that selects all of these as a group. Now I go up to the Edit menu. Excuse me just a moment. Can't see here. Go up to the Edit menu. Where am I? Back here. Edit menu and choose Duplicate. My recording is getting in the way here. So click on the first image, hold down your Shift key, click on the last image, go up to Edit menu and choose Duplicate. Adobe Bridge duplicates those files, and as you can see, some of them are still selected. The ones that aren't selected are the ones that are copied, and those are the ones that you actually want to rename. So one thing we can do is we can do a find for the name copy, or copy dot would be a little more specific, or you can simply do a really simple technique here where you just do, I'm holding the Command key down on my keyboard, or Control if you're on a Windows, and I'm just clicking on the images with the word copy. Whatever is at your level of computer savvy. So now what I have is all of the images selected that have the word copy in them. I'm going to go up to the Tools menu and choose Batch Rename. And this comes up with a different list of presets and destination folder. What I want to do is rename these images in this same folder because I want to create a contact sheet with all of the images that are in this folder. That's what's going to be turned in for this class. So I've chosen that, and now here is the new file names. At the bottom here it shows you what the current file name is and tells you what the new file name will be based on what you have chosen here in the selection area. Your choices are you can create a new extension, the current file name, preserve file name. What I'm going to do right now, instead of confusing you with all of this, is I'm going to choose exactly what I want, which is string substitution. Okay, and that brings up more choices, as you can see. Now there is a plus sign here. I can click on the plus and add more area, more choices here to make changes, except for what I want to do right now, I don't need to do that. All I want is string substitution. I want it to find text, and I want to replace it with something else. Now, creating a contact sheet, I always like to sort by file name and keep the file names together. And so I don't want it to find the original name because that would it wouldn't allow me to rename it properly. The string solution is perfect. Keep in mind that all of these pictures are going to have, maybe not this particular week, but eventually they will have all kinds of different extensions. So you can't really say, you know, find the .jpg and replace it with my initials in front of that. You can't put your initials in front of the file name because that would change the sort order. So what we want it to do is find the period before the extension. That is the one thing that's consistent in all of these pictures. So you're telling it to find the extension and replace it with an underscore, your initials, and a period. And then if you look down below in the preview, it shows you the current file name of the first picture that I have selected, which happens to be named cameraprofilecopy.dng. And actually, right now I can see that there's a problem because I want to replace the word copy. So I actually want it to find COPY with the dot. Okay, so find the copy replaced with camera profile myinitials.dng. And it's going to do this action on all of the images that I have selected. So right now I'll go ahead and click on rename. It immediately does it, refreshes the screen, and now you can see that Clarity 1, my initials, Clarity 1, DNG. Clarity 2, my initials, Clarity 2, DNG. And now all of a sudden you've got all the images in one folder, and what you want to do is go through the book exercises, choose the image that they're asking you to, but make sure you choose the image with your initials. And now you're all ready to get started going through the book chapters. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.